was born in at Vancouver Hospital in 1946, and my parents lived in Camas, and it was right after the war. When I was in high school, I was a dancer, and I taught dancing after I turned, I think it was 17 or 18, and got a job at a business downtown Camas after high school. And this man walked in and was love at first sight. We both fell in love, but he kept asking me out, and I said no. I don't know what I was waiting for, but anyway, it was about the Camas Washougal football game, and he wanted to know if I was going. Well, I'd been a cheerleader for 4 years. I was obviously going, and I said sure. So I went out with him, and he asked me to marry him 2 weeks later, and we've been married 53 years now. So that's a very short story. But the jobs I've had went from when I was first married and just doing, I worked for an optometrist, and just small jobs until I decided where we were going to settle, and we ended up in Vancouver. And I think I didn't want, when we started to have a family, I didn't want to have, I just wanted to be a mom at that time. So I worked at the Vancouver Mall, and I worked from 9 to 3, so when my kids got home from school, I was home from school. And then when they hit middle school, I went to work for Pacific. At that time it was junior high, but at middle school now. And so my kids, that was the first year it was built, so they went through that system, and I went through that system, and it was very convenient as a parent to be there when your daughter gets called into the office, and every time she'd go by, I'd say, "What'd you have for lunch?" "Fries." Fries seemed to be the only thing they ever served at that school. I don't know. But she never got in trouble, but she was always the one picked to go to the office to do something or go through the office. So I kept pretty close tabs on that one and had a good time working at that school. In my life especially, what my husband and I ended up doing is owning a blueberry farm, or starting a blueberry farm with my parents. And there came a time when our company was selling more products than we could keep up with, so we had to become a corporation, and we had a gourmet food company, and we produced chocolate covered blueberries, glazes, sauces, jams, syrups. We had like 39 different products, and we were dehydrating blueberries and exporting them to Japan. And our company was the first one to invent chocolate covered blueberries.
When was this?
But I could not make a sale in Camas. There was nobody in Camas that carried gourmet foods. And so Vancouver was my closest startup type of thing. And when we went wholesale, then, well, first of all, we had to be licensed by the state, and then when it got bigger, we had to be licensed by the federal government. One thing I've always kept with me that was a bad experience, not so much for me, but for my dad, there was a family called the Martins, and they went off the road somewhere east of Washougal into the river and died. And they never did find, the parents they found, but they didn't find the two girls. And my dad found her in the river, floating down on one of the barges that he was getting, and it said it was extremely hard for him. She was the same age as I was at the time, and her body was badly decomposed, and it was a horrific thing for somebody in Camas to die like that. And So it kind of left an impression on me, but it wasn't, I didn't see it with my own eyes. He did, I didn't. A lot of people call me stubborn, but when I was trying to start a business and trying to build a house and no one would listen to me, it was just, I'm going to do this. And I was taking a class at Clark College, and this man that was giving the class said he wanted to know what our idea was or what little business we were going to start or whatever. When I told him, he just looked at me and said, that'll never happen. You'll fail.
Oh my God, from a teacher?
That made me so mad. It was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And, years later, when I sold my corporation, it kind of proved to myself that, yeah, I kind of did this. So